Hi, hello all. Welcome to Ala Education channel. In this video, I am going to explain you the examination pattern of R20 regulation as per JNTUK Kakinada. It means, suppose if you are joined in a college that was affiliated to JNTUK, which is not an autonomous institution, then the college has to follow JNTUK regulations for evaluating the examination or for evaluating the examinations that are conducted for the process of evaluating and awarding the degree. So, as per R20 regulation, each theory subject is evaluated for 100 marks and drawing subjects are also evaluated for 100 marks. Whereas the practical examinations, that are laboratory examinations, are evaluated for 50 marks. Suppose if you are having any mini projects or internships, industrial trainings or skill development programs, research programs, they would be evaluated for 50 marks. And the project work which you are going to do in the final semester of your course of study would be evaluated for 200 marks. So, first let us see how the theory examinations would be evaluated. So, each theory subject would be evaluated for 100 marks. So, this 100 marks is divided into two components, 30 plus 70. So, this 70 is the marks for the examination that was conducted by university at the end of the semester. Then simply we call it as external examination. That means external examination would be conducted for 70 marks. So how these 70 marks would be distributed over the curriculum that we see. If you observe any of the theory subject, each theory subject consists of 5 units in it. So the question paper is of either or type. That means you are given with 2 questions from first unit, that is preferably question number 1 and question number 2. So you can answer either question number 1 or question number 2, which you feel more comfortable with. That means we can say that there exists internal choice. Like that, you will be given with 10 questions, 2 questions from each unit, and each question will carry 14 marks. So 5 into 14, which is equal to 70. That means you will get 1 question compulsorily from each unit. Okay. Now, coming to the internal examination. This internal examination is composed of 3 different components. One is online or quiz examination, another one is the mid examination, and the other one is the assignment. So, for each semester, 2 internal examinations are to be conducted. So, let us take them as mid 1 and mid 2. So, in mid 1, this mid 1 is conducted for 30 marks. This 30 marks is divided like this. 10 marks for the quiz examination and 15 marks for the descriptive examination and 5 marks for the assignment. So, the duration of this quiz examination is 20 minutes and it is conducted by online. That means the university will send objective type questions and these questions would be kept in the online server that is available at your institute, and university will give a schedule for conduction of this quiz examination. During that schedule, the student would be called for the laboratory and he would be, what I can say, given time for attending the examination. In this examination, each student would be given with 20 multiple choice questions and the duration of this examination is 20 minutes. So based on the performance of the student, what he has got for the 20 marks, they would be reduced to 10. So the quiz examination is conducted for 10 marks. Then coming to the descriptive type examination. This descriptive type examination is conducted in the first 50% of the syllabus. That means 2.5 units. So the student would be asked 3 questions, 1 question from each unit, and the maximum marks for the examination would be either 30 or 15. This descriptive examination is conducted for either 30 marks or 15 marks. 3 questions would be asked in the descriptive examination, and the duration of the examination is 90 minutes, that is 1.5 hours. And the marks, suppose if the question paper is asked for 30 marks, then after evaluating the question paper for 30 marks, these marks would be reduced to 50. If the question paper is given for 15 marks, then the answer script would be evaluated for 15 marks, so that whatever the marks that the student has got would be taken directly. Then the first assignment would be given by the faculty or the teacher who is teaching the particular course or subject, and each assignment would be evaluated for 5 marks. So that 10 marks for online, 15 marks for descriptive exam, and 5 marks for assignment. So if you sum up all these numbers, which would be equal to 30 marks. So like this, 2 mid-examinations would be conducted in a semester. Question will arise, how the final marks would be considered for internal examination? It is simple. The final marks is equal to 80% of best marks out of 2 mids plus 20% of least marks out of the 2 mids. So this I will explain with the help of a simple calculation. Suppose in the mid one you got 20 marks out of 30, and in mid 2 you got 30 out of 30. Then the best mark is 30 and the least mark is 20. Then the total marks is equal to 30 into 0.8 plus 20 into 0.2. 30 into 0.8 is equal to 24. 20 into 0.2 is equal to 4, which is equal to 28 marks. So 28 marks is the final marks for that particular subject. Now let us see how many marks that I need to get to pass in one particular subject. Suppose if it is a theory examination, you need to get 40% of total marks from the internal and external examination. Okay. I hope you understood the video. If you have any queries, please post a comment in the comment section. So we try to clarify your doubts. Keep watching Ala Education channel, but don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates. To get a quick notification, keep watching Ala Education. Thank you. Bye bye.